Here I am, once again, to play some Remnant 2. I was gonna say something else, but I just was adjusting shit and my brain's like, herder. Derp, 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 perp, derp, derp, perp, derp, derp. I switched some things around. I switched back to the anchor because I just like the way it looks. I put the Saudi off on my main build. I have another build. Actually, I have. Anyhow, stuff and things. Things and stuff. Progressing, finally. Thanks, Wolf. Uh, in this hellish labyrinth. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. As you saw, perhaps, I switched relics. I figured I don't really use it to heal. I use my status chicanery to heal. So, yeah. Stuff and things and stuff. Big fucker gonna be here. Yeah, he's all the way back over there. Please hit the guy. You know what? I just... Can I aim today, please? Oh my god. You know I'm bad. Jesus fucking Christ. I can't shoot straight to save my fucking life, man. Open semester. Oh, yes. I got, stuff and things. Things and stuff. The, dream catcher. I finally figured out what the fuck I was supposed to do with those little relic thingamajigers, the statue things. So, yeah. I did things and stuff and stuff and things. Also, I went back in the campaign to go to that area that Wolf showed me in the adventure mode. I cleared it. So, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Like I said, stuff. Things and stuff. Well, as it's loaded, might as well. The one of the builds is primarily to level the ritualist and the archon, because I figured, why not, right? That just gives me something to do on my own time. Also, goats. That
What? A whole other world? How many of these are there? Find these segments, huh? While Clementine and that talking ball of light hang out and meditate. Sure, that sounds fair.
interdimensional goat. Oh, you're a big lad. But you will bleed all the same. It's still hit. Rude. Why did the game chug? Game, why did you do that? I don't like it when you do that. something horrendous spawned. I can feel it in my scrote. Another big lad. The thingy I have in the sawed off is top heavy, I think. It does more damage when it's closer to being full. Because it has 2 shots. It always has the bonus. Oh. Yeah. Can I crawl through there? Question mark. Can I? Perhaps. Mayhap. No. Hmm. Do 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 do. No do do do. I like my anchor to get my vibes going. Yeah. I'm not gonna go up the main stairs just yet. Do all sad stuff. See what secrets lie. Another big lad. How many big lads? Bleed for me. Thank you. That's so very kind of you to bleed out for me. What's this? A book. Oh, reading. What wonderful words. Oh yeah, slow. Oh, what a riveting story, really. Oh, more reading. Oh yeah, very, very interesting. Oh yes, yes, yes. Of course, yes. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, oof. Oh man. Can you believe that? Oof. How could they do such a thing? Anyhow. Dar. I heard the very unpleasant sound of some dipshits fucking cutting grass. I will have none of it. I have no more cool air in my room. Oh, gee willikers, I wonder what's in this segment. Could it be a fucking tree? A tree of fucking? A boost fight? Could it be?
All right, let's do this.
Uh, Come here. I don't like the way you move. Oh, you bleed quite fast. Oh. That's good. You make such horrendous sounds with your facial. I spy, I'm not gonna lie, something I wanna die. What, you can't slither up the fucking ladder? Game, would you not lag the fuck out on me? I don't like that. I don't like the way they move. See. Also very loud.
Damn it.
Very noisy creatures. Nice shooting, Jack. Why do you guys do so much damage? I don't appreciate this. That's a lot of damage. Skill cooldown. My generation. Nice. I destroyed that. Oh. Okay. Alrighty then. And now we know. Not to hit those. Okay. Why do these guys hit so hard? Oh. What in the Sam hell is going on here? That was a whole lot of stuff happening. I appreciated none of it. You know what's even worse? I already took a piss. Now I feel like taking another one. Terrible. That is like, I just fucking start, dude. Wonderful shooting. Absolute crack shot I am. God damn it. Yeah, damn it. Dag nabbit. Huh. Fucking goddamn it.
All right, let's do this.
Oh, hello, my old friends. You guys have made a return.
What is it over?
I have a distinct lack of ammo. Not good. Game, why would you, like, tease me like this? Rude. So rude.
Shit.
Yes. Just one fucking behind me. Wonderful shooting there, bud. Bleed for me.
Glad that's over.
How do people not love the fucking scrap shot? I swear, dude. That seems like lies and slander to me. Like a slow and a bleed? Come on now. How is that not like the thing to do? Well, hello. Smash, next question.
What summons me from my ethereal wanderings? Luzar. What kind of beast is this? Paxel Tech. I can share my wanderings with you, but first, I seek the knowing, the truth of nature held within your ark. You want to answer? So I will ask. Answer these questions true, sweet beast, so that your ark may be known and your eye may open. And do choose wisely. Answer from your heart.
Also ups the like this camera angle, like devs, I'm looking at you. I know your sins.
Your village is attacked, and your defenses are failing. You can either organize a strategic retreat, ensuring the safety of the majority while sacrificing a small group to hold off the attackers, or launch a counterattack, risking the lives of all in a bid to eliminate the threat. Do you prioritize the safety of the many, or take the opportunity to annihilate the enemy? Fascinating. You and your youngest kin often go hunting, but the younger has never felled a mark. One day, a magnificent beast appears, and they cannot tell whose shot struck true. You know that their shot flew into the bushes while yours found the beast's heart. But out of pity, you tell them that they struck the killing blow. Upon your return to town, your kin proudly claims the kill and is offered a job by the town butcher. Do you allow the butcher and your kin to believe your deception? Or do you admit the truth? Ooh, how revealing. You have fallen madly in love with an immortal. Your love for them is so strong, you know them to be your destiny. To be with them, you may eat from the tree of life and become immortal as well. But your family and everyone else you care for cannot partake. They must grow old and eventually die. Do you abandon your mortal family? Or live out your days without your one true love? Well done. Your village suffers from a terrible goon.
Goon.
He beats those weaker than he until they can no longer stand. All who have tried to reason with him have ended up the same way. Do you aid the victims or attempt to destroy the goon? You cannot do both.
Cease and desist with your goonery.
I see. Brutes have seized your village with intent to kill. You and your clan have taken refuge in the cellar of a large house. A babe threatens to cry out. In haste, you cover the child's mouth. The child cannot properly breathe, but if you remove your hand, the warriors will find you. Do you risk smothering the child to save yourself and the others? Fascinating. You have chosen your path, sweet beast. Your will is strong. The fire of the Ravager's eye glows within you.
Interesting.
In the arc of every being, there are two eyes. We may see out of either, but most favor one over the other. The Ravager's eye is dynamic, driven, and endlessly hungry. Yet for all its power, its vision is clouded. The eye of the Ravager rarely sees beyond its own satiation. Like an animal chasing its tail, it knows no rest. The doe's eye sees only what is before it. The gift of the doe is subtle, easily missed. It is a most mysterious presence inside oneself, conferring power without force, just as the doe itself cannot be sought, nor tracked, nor hunted. By answering true, sweet beast, you give me a wink, and now the gifts of your dominant eye will be open to you. Would you care to hear a tale? It is about those who see as you do.
Sure, what whispers sweet nothings into my ear?
I will tell you the tale of Belgov, who also saw with the Ravager's eye. Belgov lived in the era before the root first bedeviled the pan and nipped at their hairy hooves. Belgov was Drinkmaster of Flint, a village beyond the hill. One day, when Belgov was traveling far afield, Flint was raided by bandits. They laid waste to every soul, old and young. Belgov returned to find everyone he cared for watering the soil with their blood. Well, Belgov tapped his store of spirit, filling Growler and Jeroboam by the gaggle, and he hoofed himself to my grove. Where lies the bandit's lair? He demanded. His eye was open, and I had no reason to deceive him. At at my direction, Belgov tintinabulated to their den. There, he smashed a jug on his horns and struck Flint with steel, and Belgov was reborn as a flaming figure of vengeance. He charged into the bandit's lair, hoof over hand, and in his enemy's bosom, the remaining stock of spirit took spark with explosive result. Some consider this a waste of life, for could not Belgov have travelled elsewhere and rebuilt what he had lost? But I'll tell you this. Flynn's sister village stood free from bandit attacks for many years after that day. Belgov's blaze of glory saved it. He died with the Ravager's eye open and no mercy in his heart. Terrible waste to drink, though. Is there anything else? Knowledge of me? Of our wonderful world?
I'm guessing she doesn't get to talk to many people. So I will stay a while and listen.
You stand before Medra, spirit of the natural world, daughter of stem and stream. My sisters and I are the glorious weavers of all wild beauty. When mountain, spring, and sturdy tree trunk take your breath, sweet beast, that is us. That is our blessing.
Sisters? Oh, do tell me more.
An immeasurable number. Mother stem and mother stream rely on us to sprawl and grow. Though we don't often commune with beasties such as you. Not in this age. Especially not since what happened to Kaula.
That doesn't sound good.
A tragedy, beast. Tragedy most cruel. Kaula was fascinated by mortals, by your lives and stories. Unlike most of us, she made herself no secret. And you worshipped her with your short lives. Even built her a house. A temple, you called it. The root found her there. We godlings are not easily unwoven, however. And it slew her not. But perhaps it would be better if it had. For what remains is no longer the sister I knew. But we hold happy thoughts. Regret only wastes one life with another. Is there something else we can talk about? By day, a dappled glade of emerald branch and golden leaf, carpeted by downy moss. By night, sweet beast, the trees bewitch the lost and inebriated. Or so it was before this age of extermination. How I long to return to play. This age, for me, holds only decay. This has been just a lovely distraction. How goes the battle, sweet beast?
Oh.
May the Ravager's eye guide you to glory.
Zoom in hits. Zoom in hits. There it. What? Terrible. Well, how fortuitous for me. Ah, yes, that plays very well for me. It do. Wonderful boon for me. Yet again, wood. No regrets. But enough with pleasantries, I suppose. Back to the shoosting. Why you gotta be so screechy? Why you gotta be like that? So unpleasant. I feel a sense of deja vu here. You know? Jesus Christ. You just fucking fuck off. Bleed for me. You did not bleed for me. But you died for me all the same. When I command you to bleed, you will bleed, and you will die. So very screechy. Mayhap. Mayhap. I should. Turn that up just a wee bit. Turn that down. Turn that down. I did not mean to do that, but I did. I hit the wrong button. There. Was that a bit overkill? Mayhaps. Mayhaps. That's a big area. So many things I could possibly miss. So many directions to go. Wonderful shooting. Enough of that. I'm not going to enjoy that. I feel a great nuisance brewing. Yes, yes.
Holy hell.
I shall not go there. Not just yet. There's still more. Take a look at it. Yeah. A little bit of backtrackery. I was gonna say game. Really? You're not gonna allow me to fucking go through the window? Oh, it's just one of you.
Holy hell.
Oh. What happened to the audio? What do you mean? Everything's fine. Everything's okay. Soul Link, what do you do? Huh. I got that place to look at too. Now I have two spots. Yeah, that area and the area all the way over there. Well, thanks to you, I'm progressing, so there's that. Indeed, the third. I was fighting ghosts. Now I'm fighting trees. Hmm.
I've never seen anything like this before.
Hmm. That's quite a bit of them. Oh, you teleport. That's cool. That's great. Go up and down and up. Ah. Ah, would you look at that? Might as well go check out the little area over here. Who knows what might be hiding in it? Am I right?
Here they come.
Nothing, apparently. So how goes your day, man? Ow. Dicks. They hurt more than these fucking guys. Well, that's just fucking rude.
Here they come.
That's how this place is gonna be, huh? This is how you're gonna be, game? Okay. Alright. So, they teleport behind you, grab you, and take you off to space. How fucking nice. Fucking deer. Oh, this place is gonna be fun, ain't it? An absolute fucking joy.
Whew. Glad that's over.
Will this even work since they float? I missed. I guess the answer is no. Hmm. Oh, just thinking out loud, you know. So that's how you want to play this, huh? That's right. Fucking asshole. Indirect fire and shit. I appreciate it. Who put that hole there? Oh, this is gonna be so much fun. So very great. Take 3. Oh, if anything, this is at least gonna allow me to get a bunch of shit. Fuck you, dear. Damaging me and shit when you just fucking bump me. Come here. Don't you fucking run away from me, you slut. Come here. Quit your moving. You dick. Teleporting sons of bitches, I swear to Christ, man. Why would you do this to me? It's terrible. I got a feeling there's stuff around here. I've got a feeling. Door. I open it from the side. Of course not. Hmm. 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 Right. Please. Thank you. This is a go around, drop down kind of situation, isn't it? Wait. 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 Actually, I need to fucking pay attention here. I was gonna fall down a hole. As I go completely, like, in the opposite direction of where that door is. Yeah. Damage. I like to reduce my damage, sure, by any amount, as these guys deal an annoying amount of damage. Up and down and all around. This is totally not the way to unlock that door back there. But, oh well. Or maybe it is, who knows? Who knows? Ooh. For me. Talisman of the Sun. What do you do? Increase fire. Interesting. So when I indulge my pyromania, I have an amulet for it now. Exactly. Exactly. What the hell was that door? Because there was a door, right? Ah, yes, this door. I can't open it from this side, so I figure to get to the other side of that door. Go up in the drop. Okay. Ah. Ta-da! Open sesame. And now this area is fully done. Now I can proceed. That's not fair. Uh, every time I hear the fucking bird, I think it's something else. Oh, hello, friend. Eat a bag of dicks, please. Of course you would. Where the fuck do you think you're where do you think you're going, bud? Ah. Ah, okay. You're gonna be one of those, Gonna pop out again? Okay, I see your bullshit. Sir, I will have fucking none of it.
Damn. Is it over?
No fucking omae wa mo shindaru, you keep me, you fucker. Oh, there's so many of you. Ah. Both of you do the grab.
That's it. For now.
I don't appreciate how handsy things are here, man. It's bad touch. I do not approve. Reaching at me, huh? Up, down, all around. Fucking. This is what you call a target-rich environment. Oh, yeah. I just want to take a look in a corner.
Okay, this is it.
Totally not a corner. It goes on for more. Ugh. Huh. Would you look at that? The scale back? No, it's a one-way trip. Okay. Alright.
Oh, shit.
Anyone else? Of course. Oh, it's one of you again. I'm just gonna watch you bleed. How about that? Come on, pop out. There's fucking deer again. Fuck you, deer. What was I doing? Oh yeah, trade point. You know what? Let's put a point to that. Yep. More regeneration. Nice back up there. Okay. Oh boy. I hope something totally not bad is behind that wall. Yeah, what could it be? It's such a mystery that is. Ah yes. Another ring to add my add to my fucking collection of rings. That's another thing I feel like I'm being showered with is melee shit. Yeah, might as well. The game do be wanting me to be a beat stick. I might indulge with it at one point. Actually, you know what? Before I get into a prolonged boss fight, I'm gonna be right back. Much better. And I feel good. Okay. I wonder. Do you bleed? I talk to you? I can talk to you. What do you got to say for yourself?
Blade and spear, shield and stone. To arms, they come.
Oh, God, you're alive.
Would that I were not. Doomed to watch the world wander past in rot. And what wanders past today? A Paxotech. A terrible wonder, even for one who has seen many wonders. If its kind walk yesh a foreigner, then surely the wheel of the world is set to turn again. Perhaps. Perhaps it will grind me at last.
You in pain there, bud?
Pain now outweighs peace in the measure of my days. God murderer.
God, murder. Interesting. Please tell me.
Know it nothing of the hoofless who have voyaged before it? Is it innocent of the lifeblood that stains its hairless hands? curious. A curious race Paxeltech are, to be sure. How came I to this wretched state? Its eyes reached the question. Before its tongue left home or hearth, the tumbling ruin beneath its tender pads was once a fortification, an encircling bulwark to the greatest conurbation ever brought forth on Yasha's soil. Such faith we put in its solidity. Merchant and marshal, peasant and prince, their souls kneeled at the altar of within and without. But a wall is a false god, built to crumble. The only thing a wall ever truly divides is a fool from his wisdom. The rifts open swiftly. They split the bulwark stone as a hot needle kisses the onion skin of a boil, and the pus poured through on tangled wooden limbs. Yes, the final calamity. Their numbers endless. They rushed upon us like a river in flood. The end began. Teeming with life. The sun has never shone on a city greater, ruined, so that I might not even visit it in dreams, charnel by the root. Yes, the final calamity. For 40 days, we fought them on these steps. The soldiers fell first, then the officers, then they called upon the priests. We knew the children would be next. And so, we flung our very bodies into the breach. Some were torn apart like green shoots in a glutton's teeth. Others were swallowed whole and vanished from the sphere. I stuck, anguished cork in a malign bottle. It seethes around me. It waits to disgorge its grotesqueries once more upon Yasha's scalded skin. Please, Paxeltech, wanderer, it who would do right, put its edge to this cursed snarl. Vent its rage upon it. I shall greet death as an old friend, and we shall go hand in hand to the horizon, leaving the suffering of this blasted heath far behind. Destroy the knot.
All right, dude. Perhaps I made an error in judgment in my course of actions. Please reload. That would be a wonderful thing to do. Cheat. Jeez. Maybe I should have slowed down and fucking DPSing that guy now because I got a little out of hand. I'm not gonna lie. I got a little out of hand. Alright, okay. Well, very doable. Very doable. Alright. Ding ding, round 2. Let's pop only one down. Reload this gun. Alrighty then. Okay, he dead. Now where's that wormy motherfucker? Where's that wiggling worm at? Oh, come on. Ow. Damn it. Could you, like, cease and desist your stupidity? Thank you. See, I just need to pace myself.
Whew. Glad that's over.
That's all. I DPS too close to the sun on the first try. So, wait. At all? Hmm. Anything down here? No. Nothing else in this area, yeah? Oh, wait. Come on, pal. Just walk it off, bud.
I gave myself to death lifetimes ago. And when death refused me, I clung to despair. I dared not dream. I dared not. Paxaltag. I have not tasted air unmixed with the foul humors of the tangle in an age's age, nor dared I dream that I ever might again, much less feel the soft touch of good soil beneath my hooves, or the kiss of the wind on my free fur. Faithless, faithless have I been, and yet Paxaltag two-handed warrior. It has my allegiance, whatever may come. Paxeltech have a gift for death, this much is true, but they are not all destroyers. Perhaps if it fights with us, perhaps the root may yet be crushed under the wheel of time. Take this, though it be a relic of Wheelamer, stewards of death. Wield it in defense of life.
Cool, bro.
No thanks is needed, for I owe it a debt unpayable. I think I shall linger here a while yet. Many are those who fell on these blood-soaked steps. No, some are now naught but bones. They each deserve the funerary rites of royalty. These I shall endeavor to complete with whatever time is left to me. If its road should ever wind this way again, grace me with a visit. There are yet tales of Yesha I might tell it, if it cares to hear them shared. On the contrary, it has been ages since I felt so very much alive. Let us first be properly introduced. Once I was called Lich, foremost of the Lemir. High priest of the dead. How I gloried in that title. Would that I had known the irony. A funerary priest of the deathless, the highborn, one who wraps the powerful in glory, and a Muslim who seals the secrets of the eternal empress with sweet seed oil and with night sap. We guarded the flesh of the great and sought their resurrection. Among these trusted sacred pan, I was the utmost. I relished the favor of her permanence. More fool I. For many epochs, the highborn did not fear the flow of time, for the fruit of the Thane tree kept it at bay. But there are other ways to die. Misadventure. The Eternal Empress dreamed of defeating this final terminus. If life could be taken, could it not be given back? The flesh was preserved against that question's answer. This was the province of the Lemir. But let us start at the beginning. Much would I have it know. And to know all, it must know what is first. Would it hear the history of the pan? In the time before time, the pan lived in the place that was. It is said that there came a great plague that ravaged the land so that the fields were seeded only with the bones of the dead and yielded only the cries of the bereft. With his flock drowning in woe, the leader of the pan held forth a great decree. 100 ships were built to hold 10,000 souls. With their god of many faces cutting the waves before them, the pan that were ventured across the Vilkmarza, the dark sea, through the long night. The fawns prayed and the red widows wept, for no one knew if the dark sea had a far shore. 100 days lit the 100 ships, and 100 nights drew their swaddling across them too. But on the 101st day, as the Red Widow in the foremost ship bowed her horns to the god of many faces, bird lit between them, singing, "Glory to the Pan, for they have reached the king, mother." Yesha rose like the dawn before them, unseen, untamed, and free. The king who was, him known to the Pan as Colket the War-Handed, later Colket the Woebegone, and at last as Colket the Wise. Quick of blade was he in his youth, a fearsome general who watered the tree of progress with the lifeblood of many enemies. But the exploits of youth brought Colket no peace in age. They say he took the plague as fate's judgment against his warlike eye. Fate offered a choice: flee the land of his fathers, or end his line as the king of death. Colket hesitated no more in pilgrimage than he had in war. He raised up ships as once he had raised regiments. He sailed from the place that was with a heart full of hope. He was never to see Asia's shores. He passed in peace before the crossing's end, greeting death with grace. The god of many faces had been with the Pan since the place that was. Longer. None speak of a time before its guardianship. It was a god as real as the soil beneath us. A god one could visit, a god one could touch. Its ways were not known, but all agreed it loved us and ever would. More would I have it here of this, for this tendril twines with its own. But patience, two-handed one, each thing in time. In those days, there was no empress. There were no queens. Colket the Wise passed on the dark sea and left no heir. It was only agreed that the clergy should step in where Colket had stood. The Vaughns spoke for the many-faced one, and the Red Widows spoke for the sun, stone, sky, and stream. It had been ever thus. Now they linked hands to cradle the destiny of the Pan. For 80 days, the Vaughns fell prostrate upon Yesha's unfamiliar shore. They prayed for a sign that our searching was over, and that this forest should be ours. On the 80th day, two forms emerged from the depths of the jungle. First came a doe with coat of red. Where it walked, the soil gave forth flowers and sweet berries, and they took it as a sign of grace. But behind the doe came another, a wolf with fur as lightless as the obsidian waves the Pan had so lately crossed. Surely this great beast was a portent of death. Yet desperate were these threadbare priests of old, and of these visions to their charges, these Vaughns spoke only one. And why not? The doe fills all who glimpse it with a spirit of hope and a sense of growth. It leaps among the shrub and bramble even now, even with Yesha sundered by the root. There are those who think it more than a spirit, a god in waiting. These call themselves the children of the red doe. Those who glimpse the doe often glimpse the wolf, for the latter seems compelled to pursue the former. Yeah. To hear those early Vaughns tell it would be to hear of many different wolves in pursuit, and only one, though. A simple deception, but a far-reaching one. Modern Pan know the truth. What must it be to spend an eternity chasing that which one might catch but may not kill? For the wolf and the doe have often met, antler and tooth, hoof and claw. The doe may spill the wolf's blood, and the wolf may taste the doe's flesh, but never the other's life to take. Yesha itself forbids it. They say the chase has driven the wolf quite mad. With the assurance of the Vaughns, the Pan took to Yesha and she to us. And for a time, there was stillness. Men were born who had never known the land that was, nor the endless sea at their backs. One such was called Genus. She was but 15 springs when she felt the calling of the Red Widows, and not 3 more when she felt the touch of sickness. As Genus approached the door of death, she sought her sisters, for there were no Lamer yet, and it was the Red Widows who ushered the Pan into the soil. But Genus's malady was known to the Widow Mother, to her, to the Elder Pan. It seemed the plague had found them again, even on this distant shore. Genus was shunned, cast out into the jungle, and her name was forbidden from Pan lips. None among them could have foreseen what would come next. Plague-ridden and scorned, the Red Widow Genus had been cast into the jungle to be forgotten. But fate had other plans. After many days in the jungle, Genus emerged. The Pan were humbled, for all signs of plague had been lifted from the young Genus, replaced by a regal gait none could deny. Fascinated, all assembled to hear her tale. And quite a tale it was. Genus spoke of a vision that had come upon her as she lay in the moss, gasping out her last. In her vision, the plagues had returned. Pan, young and old, wailed and keened and spat their last blood on Yesha's pristine sand. But then, when all seemed lost, a great tree rose out of the jungle, strange and wonderful, and heavy with luminous fruit. This tree, the Thane, she named it, gave all who ate of it a life unending. The Pan embraced it, and their glory stretched on for 1,000 epochs. Genus rose to power on this. A spire built of words. By spreading her message of doom and salvation. The Red Widows were easy converts, inclined to believe their sister, and eager to spread her vision to all the Pan. In time, they held more sway than even the Vaughns. It was a great shift. It would not be the last. Among the Red Widows, Genus was quickly elevated to Widow Mother. The crops flourished, and the villages spread. The jungle receded from the shore. It is difficult to say. Genus has had charge of her own legend for an age of ages. Suffice to say, there is enough truth to her vision for me to know her personally, though I was born some 30 mothers hence, and yet, in knowing her, I find its question impossible to answer. But we get ahead of ourselves, two-handed one. Many seasons passed. and Genus grew stooped and limed as all Pan before her had. In her 77th winter, Genus had another vision. The Thane called to her, and she told her people it was time to seek it out. For the calamity was imminent. 500 Pan were assembled to undertake the expedition. Genus herself, a contingent of Red Widows, a party from each of the villages. Many imagined they would never see their queen again. Those that lived long enough came to know the taste of those words. When Genus, now as young and beautiful as the day she first beat death, emerged from the jungle once more, with 49 immortals at her back, she had been reborn a second time, as an Empress Eternal. For years they searched the forest, battling hunger, storms, and beasts red of tooth and claw. 20 winters passed. Many succumbed to death or to doubt by the 21st spring. Only 5 Red Widows and 44 common Pan stood at Genus's side. It was they whom she led into the clearing. It was they who beheld the Thane. It was they who tasted the fruit and felt time's weight fall from their shoulders. No plague has touched the Pan since, but calamity wears faces nearly as numerous as our god of old. Unless I am much mistaken, the Empress lives yet, for no funerary smoke has filled the sky above her ziggurat. If the Pan vanish from Yesha's soil, I imagine she will be the last to depart. With death thus leashed, the eternal Genus and her immortals brought forth an empire heretofore unknown. Great ziggurats were hewn from the living rock, and at their feet grew great cities lit by arcane magics. Genus's prophecies all came about, save one. If only the Pan of that epoch had wondered as it does two-handed one, what of the great calamity? But none worried, save a few vaults. The old ways were dying, and the Empress was not. No achievement seemed beyond the reach of the Pan. It was then that the wolf came. But the story of Yesha is the story of who tastes the fruit of the Thane tree. 49 immortals begat many more. A deathless aristocracy. They traded favor with the Empress, traded years of life itself like fishmongers at market. They called it the Ravager, the very obsidian beast the vaunts of old had glimpsed and hidden. It sprang from the jungle as sudden as a squall. It made no more than mutton of the bravest warrior. Fear fell like night across the empire. Death roamed Yesha. Ravenous death none could tame. There were those who would have seen the beast slain, but the Ravager was never much glimpsed that the Red Doe should not follow. And vice versa. The green things of the jungle sprang from the Red Doe's feet. But on what do green things grow, if not the flesh of departed life? Who knew what would become of the Doe if the Ravager were felled? Who knew what would become of the jungle? Who knew what would become of the Thane tree? It was the twice humbled Vaunts who kept the Empire from vanishing down the Ravager's throat. For the Vaunts had pondered the beast since it first appeared to them on Yesha's shores. It was they who had learned to listen to Aethir's song. They who learned to appease the Ravager with tribute, with dance, and with music. Balance returned, and the wheel of time rolled on. The song of all living things. It permeates our forest. It whispers in the leaves, thrums in the soil, shines in the sun, babbles in the stream. The Vaughnts devote themselves to the song's mystery. They play it to tap its power, as other Pan might use the energy of a crystal, or the heat of a flame. Those attuned in prayer hear it strongest. But all may catch its strain from time to time, even a Paxel deck. Who is to say? For that was hardly the last calamity to befall the Pan at Yesha. With the Ravager appeased, the Empress dreamed of rule eternal. She should likely have had her wish. But for one thing, the Thane tree, that of the fruit of immortality, began to die. For many lifetimes her permanence hid this knowledge from all who served her, slave and immortal alike. And why not? She had amassed a great store of fruit, and surely something could be done to save the tree. Why crack the very bedrock of her society? But the tree's decline could not be arrested. Fruit was rationed. Noble lineages withered. We lay mere. Once prepared for the final death of death, only those immortals who had fallen in battle or by misadventure. Now, we found ourselves winding wizened nobles in sap and muslin by the hundreds. Perhaps what came next was inevitable. Rebellion, insurrection, revolt. This was the fire that was to sweep through Yesha's jungle. For a life of lifetimes, the Eternal Empress had hidden the decline of the Thane tree, but like the Vaughnts of old, had underestimated the power of one young, plague-addled Red Widow. Genus herself failed to foresee the power of one called Navun. Navun was one of her Eternity's own guards. How she learned of the rot at the roots of the Thane tree, I cannot say. I know only that she had no taste for the Empress's deceptions. Navun fled the ziggurat and spread the news far and wide. Her words found home in the ears of the gull. Yesha's slave caste. No slaves could hope to challenge the power of an immortal aristocracy. But what about a nobility in disarray? One where the great and powerful would soon fight for scraps of fruit like bare-ribbed dogs. They rose, first singly, then in a tidal wave. The Empress found herself at war. Perhaps she might have won, if not for the Destroyer. Ever was Gina served by the Red Widows. She was still Widow Mother. Is still, if such a thing has any meaning now. Some among the widow's ranks forswore tenderness, and became instead her permanence's highest guard. Genus herself had been the lowest widow in her order, and she had turned Pan society inside out. How fitting, then, that the last and least of her own widow guard should become her greatest adversary. It bridled when I called it God Murderer. Surprised I am that it should know so little of the deep track its kind have trekked across our soil. Let us walk those prints now, that it should be enlightened. It has heard of Yesha's civil war, of slave with blade of hoe to neck of noble, and noble with point of sword to belly of slave. Into that tempest walked one of its kind, Paxotech. I cannot say why, though perhaps it might someday tell me from whence. Whatever its motive. Hither came the destroyer, even as the pan turned their ravenous gaze toward the fruit of immortality. Our god of many faces remained satisfied with the scant worship of the vaunts and the commoners. It was an ever-present comfort. A guardian we scarcely thought of. The destroyer, Paxotech, oh yes, its kind, drove its blade into the pure heart of our guardian. We knew not that it was the god of many faces who kept the root from this world. But in death, many faces' absence was soon felt. In her world already torn by war, where caste let blood of caste, there came reports of some new woe. Travelers spoke of twisted horrors on the road, but we, who relished in the weight of this wall, only scoffed. Who knew that the very air could rip, that the world itself could tear and spill like a wineskin under hoof. Oh, how we fought, priest and prince and pauper, side by side, our world's lifeblood drizzling through our fingers as we clutched at the hanging tatters of Yesha's slit throat. Most perished. And I became enmeshed. I thought our tale told, our race run. And yet, among the pan, there is a saying. Why just ask the Rin? I gave the impression, perhaps, that Yesha was uninhabited at the arrival of the pan, save for the doe, the wolf, the birds, and the beasts. This is not so. The Rin slink Yesha's canopy on leathery wings. Perhaps they once thought to defend their forest. But Lash and Lure put that to rest. Lash, in that no Rin could hope to withstand the onslaught of energy we Pan have learned to draw from Yesha's native crystal. The Flying Ones have no talent for crystal craft. Lure, in that under normal circumstances, Rin eggs reach maturity only with great difficulty. I know not who first discovered the potential for symbiosis between our species. Only that it is a whimsical god indeed who sends the most precious resource one kind could hope to acquire out the hind end of the other. As sure as there is iron in the soil of Yesha, there is irony. It was a pad-footed Paxotech who slew our guardian and brought the root. Would it be so strange to see a Paxotech drive them from our shores? Perhaps. Perhaps as with Genus and the Voon. The strangeness is the point. It has done me a service unpayable. No reward can suffice. But perhaps, if it cannot be rewarded, it can be equipped. Colket brought war, then wisdom. Its forebears brought the root, but its wisdom stayed the flames, that I might live beyond the hated knot. Take this now, as a token of my gratitude. put their faith in action and belief, not weapons and walls. I forever owe it thanks, as shall the many souls scattered on these steps. To them I must tend. Be well, two-handed warrior. Be strange fate's agent.
Oh, that was a lot of fucking dialogue. Jesus Christ. Not the most amount of dialogue I sat through. I would still have to go to fucking Old World Blues from New Vegas. Fucking hell, man. That shit was 3 hours fucking long. Those motherfuckers could yap. But anyhow. Um, now I gotta mosey on over there. Actually, did I go?
Here we go.
Hmm. I was expecting more.
Come on.
Do you have anything new to say to me?
You've returned. Back to bathe in the crimson luxuriance, sweet beast. The moon is power, beast. A superior moon is potent. A blood moon, infinitely more so. The moon hunts close to Yeisha. When he does, his pull on both the tides and your mortal instincts is more intense. And when the Lady Sun joins, the concoction is cosmic. The ancients called it the wounded brightness. The blood moon heralds the beginning of an end. None know. It changes from age to age, but it is always something big, sweet beast. The blood moon promises a show of shows. Now, have I yet sated your hunger for knowledge, or is there more you would ask? This has been just a lovely distraction.
Kind of sick though. Anywho, before I get distracted and otherwise, I think I should progress. Yes, 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 yeah.
it's over.
Fuck was that? My man just like blew himself up. Like, all right, dude. Sure. Okay.
Great. Now I'm hearing music.
To me, friend Paxultek. I am here.
I see that.
Friend Paxultek. It returns.
No, I recognize you. I don't, but I do.
And of course it has. Long ago, the Paxultek and I spoke of songs and... Ah, of course. It is not the same Paxultek. Forgive me. The horns, it does not have them. A new friend then, hmm? So what brings it to beleaguered Yesha?
Support.
If it is purpose you seek, then perhaps you will find it under the shade of our great Thane tree. Our once god, the one of many, is now corrupt, and has made of the Thane its lair. You would do a great service to all of Yesha if you were to destroy it. Travel through this temple to the far woods and on to the Widow's Court. The Thane can be found thus. But beware, friend Paxultek. The Thane is a dark place, bedeviled by the rot that now consumes our forest. Tread lightly. It is my pleasure. Quite so. Paxultek have graced this world for generations. The Elder, the one it calls forth. The Destroyer, to whom many faces fell. The Wanderer, who faced the Ravager and lived. Alas, songs are not sung of Paxultek, but I am blessed to have met many. Its kind bring this one joy and song. I rest only. These lands have not been safe since the one of many was taken from us. Yet none have bothered me here as of yet. The forest dies, Paxultek. The balance has either failed or betrayed us. There is little hope now, except in song. Even now, yes. Corruption swallows all things, and the balance is held in check. Or perhaps the balance turns against the pan. The outcome is the same. It began slowly at first. A remote grove in the forest. Then the death of our god. Now, even the beasts, the gods, and nature itself succumb to the rot. Some blame Paxultek. But though Paxultek have come and gone, the rot both precedes and remains. If fault lies anywhere, I think it may lie with the pan. Praise be the one of many. Mortal faces lie, but the one of many is incapable, veracious beyond question. So goes the song. The god of many faces has watched over every generation of the pan, even before our people found Yesha. Even when our songs praised the tree over the god. Yet our negligence brought a cost. And the one of many was killed by, forgive me, a most recusant Paxultek. Now the waning of our great tree has allowed corruption to come, infecting our once mighty guardian. I fear greatly for Yesha, friend Paxultek. But we must hold faith in the balance. can do more than tell the Paxultek. There is a song. Of course, I cannot sing it. I am a flautist, after all, not a vocalist. The lyrics, too, are not the same in Paxultek tongue, but Yeisha cares for all her children, kind and wicked alike. To breathe one air, to swim the same stars, all are connected to all. When power calcifies, the blood moon will rise. Inaction serves the powerful. The moon brings forth death, the blood of the oppressed. Balance demands change, or something like that. I have tried to give it some measure of meter, but the wordplay is forever lost in its tongue. The blessing of Yesha, go with it. For what does it bless me today? I will do my best to answer. May it return again.
I think I know what I'm gonna call this when I upload it onto fucking YouTube. Stay a while and listen. I think should be the most apt name for this one. Much dialogue. Little shooting, much dialogue. Hmm. But, alas, I shall leave this for another day, for the time for me to eat draws near. So until next time,